Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on today's video. Guys, on today's video I will be talking about my journey from being a green card holder to a US citizen. Just to me guys, officially I am a US citizen and I'm going to be telling you guys how it all went down. But first guys, if you have not subscribed, please endeavor to subscribe. Please endeavor to give hearts as we get along into this video. So yes, let's get straight into this video. So we're all aware that the DV lottery results are around the corner, and guys, getting a DV lottery or winning the DV lottery is the first step in becoming a US citizen. There are so many ways you can become a US citizen, either marriage, through employment. There are just several ways, but in my case I became a US citizen through the green card lottery. And yes, I'm going to be taking you all through that journey. So I did win the DV lottery in 2018, 2019, and I later moved to the United States in December of 2019, December 24th of 2019. The reason I'm telling you or giving you this date is because it's going to matter later in the future. So I moved to the States in December of 2019. December of last year made me 5 years here in the States. After being 5 years, I was eligible to apply. To become a US citizen. And guys, getting now into the video proper on the step-by-step process on applying to become a US citizen, grab your pens and sit down, and please endeavor to like, guys. So here are the steps I followed. Personally, for me, I'm giving my own example. This is me, life example. The first thing I did was I went online and I went to their website and I searched the requirements to become a US citizen. I searched the amount of years I'm supposed to be in the United States to be able to apply for a US citizen, like the requirements, what documents, and all of those. So after getting all that, I decided to go ahead and apply. So to become a US citizen, you can apply 90 days before you officially make 5 years in the United States of America. And when you go on their website, it's so cool because they give you like a calculator where you can calculate to see if actually you are eligible to apply before your 5th year in America. So I used that and I applied in the month of October. In the month of October 2024. Yes, I applied last year 2024. So when I applied, the documents that were required from me, I was to submit my tax information, I was to submit my green card, the front and the back, and then if I was married, I was supposed to submit like a marriage certificate. If I'm divorced, I'm supposed to submit a divorce certificate. So all of those certificates with my tax documents, I had to upload them online because I filed online. I do not send. I preferred filing online rather than filing like sending them through the mail. So I did file online, and immediately I got a message from them telling me they had received my documents. So I filed on, I cannot remember the date I filed in October, but I remember I filed in October. So during that period, I was planning to take a trip back home, and I was really scared that they could call me before my interview. I mean, they could call me to come for my interview when I was in Cameroon. But before getting to the interview part, the first thing is you are applying, right? After you're applying, they're going to call you in to do a biometric. But for me, I did not go in to do a biometric because 2 years prior to that or 3 years prior to that, I had a problem with my green card. If you go through this channel, you see me talking about my green card, how I had to change my name and all that, and the process. So that process included me taking biometrics. So the biometrics that they had in the system is the biometrics that they use for my citizenship biometrics. So they did not need me to come into the they did not need me to go to USCIS for them to get any biometrics because they already had my biometrics in the system. So they just reused the biometrics that they had in the system. So if the biometrics, sometimes they say if it has made over 5 years, if your biometrics in the system has made over 5 years, you have to come in to redo it. But for me, I did not go in to do any biometrics. So they just sent me an email and a letter in the mail telling me they were going to reuse my biometrics. So for that, I was good. So the only thing I just did was file, and then I had to wait for my interview. So during that period of during the period of when I had to wait, I wasn't in the country. I had gone back home for vacation, and I was home for close to 2 months or so. So from there, I connected my online account to my mobile phone. So from time to time, I always daily, I always had to check do I have any updates, do I have do I have any updates, have I received anything from USCIS? Because guys, if you travel without having like a reliable source of information, like if you don't have anybody that stays in your house that can maybe get your mail or that can go online and check all that for you guys, it's going to be a problem. Because if your interview day comes out and that you're not in the country, rescheduling it is going to be a big issue, because it's going to take you maybe about another 6 months or 3 months again to get an interview scheduled. When it came to checking updates online, guys, like I was doing it religiously, like every blessed day. When I got up every morning, I make sure I checked. So it took them about 3 months for them to be able to schedule me an interview, guys. And before scheduling the interview, I'm going to show you guys a video of when I was studying and telling you guys actually how it wasn't easy. Yes, I'm going to insert that video. So while I was studying, I decided to do this video just as proof, so that when I upload it later, you actually see that I studied. So the question next will be, what am I studying for? I'm studying for US citizenship, guys. I applied for US citizenship, and I'll be going for the interview. I don't know when yet. The date has not been scheduled, but in the process of that, before I go for it, I definitely have to study. So I just wanted to take this video as proof that actually I studied for this interview. So whatever the outcome is, if I succeed, definitely I'll tell you guys. Even if I fail, I'll still tell you guys. But fingers crossed, guys, we pray we succeed. So you'll definitely be seeing this video after the interview, though the interview has not been scheduled yet, but you'll be seeing it after the interview, which I'm going to be explaining to you the entire process. So stay tuned, guys, and keep watching. Guys, before you go for your interview, you have to study. The USCIS gives you a link to your study materials, the civics test, the English test, and the writing test. Like, they give you those tools so that you'll be able to study. You don't, sometimes there are channels on YouTube that you can go to. Those channels, you follow, like you watch their civics, like the civics test part on how to answer interview questions for your citizenship. That was primarily what I used, that on YouTube, and I downloaded like the study material on the USCIS website, and that is what I was using to study. And there are 100 questions there. So every year, like not every year, I mean, like, yeah, every year they update it. Like if you have a new governor, a new this, they change that, but pretty much it remains the same. Since 2008, it had stayed pretty much the same, just like little changes here and there, but it's the same thing. So that is the material I used to study, and yeah, that was the material I used to study, and the videos I watched on YouTube. So my interview was scheduled for the 8th of March. And do you know the cool thing, guys? The day I was coming back to the United States was the day they sent my interview letter. Like, that was the day they sent the interview letter. And most people are going to ask, like, and yeah, how long does it take for them to send the interview letter, and when actually do you go for the interview? So if you're waiting to receive the letter by mail, right, you're going to get it most likely 2 weeks before you attend your interview. But if you have your online account, seeing it there, they're going to post it there a month before you attend your interview. So that's how I was lucky. I was lucky to, not that I was lucky, because everybody can access it. So yes, I just checked mine on the I checked mine on the 31st. Is it on the 31st? On the 31st of February, is it? Wait, it's not the 31st. Wait, when did I even come back? Yeah, on the 31st of January. I checked it on the 31st of January, and on that day they had sent it. So that was the day I saw it, and I was supposed to prepare. I had a month. I had February to prepare to go take my to go for my interview in March 8th. And yeah, guys, so since I had submitted it, I had always been preparing. So like, I think pretty much I knew my stuff, right? So but even at that, you're always still gonna be anxious. So I came back to the States, I studied a little bit more, and then the day I had to go for my interview, the first thing I got up, I prayed, because like, hey guys, it's not easy. That's a big step. So after that, you have to keep in mind that going for an interview, you have to dress formal. You don't dress as if you're going to the nightclub. You don't dress as if you're going to your boyfriend's house. So yes, I looked very formal, I dressed very formal. And if you're going to your interview, please make sure you follow the instructions on the paper, on on the mail that they're going to send to you, because they're going to tell you when to arrive, and they're going to tell you like what time to come into the building. So they're going to tell you not to come into they'll tell you not to come into the building except it is your time, like the allocated time they've given you. Because most of the times I know when we're going for interviews, sometimes we like to go early, about 30 minutes early or 40 minutes early. But this, no, if they say 8:19, be there at 8:19, or be there at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 15 minutes thereabout. But just follow the instructions there. Follow the instructions that are stated on the mail that is sent to you. And on that same mail, they are going to tell you the day of your interview. You're supposed to come with your green card, any travel documents you have, you should bring them along to your interview. And guys, on that day too, I also carried you're also supposed to go with the mail they sent to you stating that you have your interview on that day. I carried that along as well. And I also carried all my tax documents, because you have questions on there that ask you if you have if you had filed your taxes or so. So yes, I did. I carried it along. So I think pretty much that was it. Those were the documents I took. So I got there. I think my interview was 9:30 in the morning. It was 9:30, 9:45 in the morning. So I was there by 9 o'clock. I mean, I don't want to be late, and parking to in Baltimore is another issue. So I got there, and I secured my parking. I stayed in my car. I was going through videos. I was just going through the videos on YouTube. And when it got to the time, I went into the building. I was really anxious, guys. I went into the building. So they checked my bag, the security, they checked my bag, they checked my letter, and so they asked me to go sit down. I sat down. So I went in there. I spoke with the receptionist. She asked me what I was here for. I told her. She asked me to go sit down. And then at exactly 9:30, it wasn't even time for my interview, like the 9:40 that I was anticipating, because I had gone there exactly 9:35, because I got there by 9:30. At then about 9:35, 9:39, the person that was to do my interview came at the door, and he called my name. So I got up and I went, and it was very brief, guys. Like the interview was it was really brief. There was no need for me to be scared, because when I was even going, he was like, "Oh, are you scared?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Ah, don't be scared. It's very easy." And it was an all white guy, and I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." So he was like, "Have you ever sworn allegiance?" I mean, no, forgive me. He was like, "Oh, have you ever held arms? Have you ever been part of any terrorist group? Have you ever sponsored any terrorist activity?" and things like that. And I was like, "No, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Do you swear allegiance to the United States?" and things like that. I was like, yeah. They went to my civics questions, because for your civics questions, the way you study your civics questions is they're gonna give you have the opportunity. They give you 10 questions right, and if you get 6 right, that means you have passed your civics, the civics part of your test. And for the English test, for the writing and reading part, you have like 3 trials. Like the first one, if you fail it, okay, they give another one if you fail it, okay, and then the third try. So you have like 3 trials for each. But for the civics part, you have 10 questions. You ought to have 6 right. So when we went in, like I was panicking. So he was over there. I took off my shoes and I placed my feet on the floor, like, please, like I didn't want anything to stress me. So when he was asking the questions, the questions are really simple, guys. Like, who is the president of the United States? How many states are there? Why? How many states are there? Who was president during World War One? Was president during the Great Depression and things like that? Like, it's really easy. So when he asked my first 6 questions, I got them correct, and I was so happy. I was like, you know, like this joy, this silent joy. I was having this silent joy, like within me. I was so happy. So we went to the next part. So the next part was just reading and writing, and the question he asked was pretty simple, like how many senators are there? How many senators are there? So that was the question I had to read. And after I read that, he said, okay, that's good, you passed the reading part, let's go to the writing part. So the writing part, he asked me to write the answers. He asked me to write down there are 100 senators. So that was what I wrote down, and basically, guys, that was it. I passed my test. I passed my civics test, I passed my English test, I passed the writing part, and that was it. Automatically I had passed. Yes. So after that was done, he told me to wait. He arranged, because like he was asking me if I wanted to change my name, if there's any changes he could make and things like that. I was like, no, I want my names to stay the way they are. So he just wrote down the paper, like he gave me a paper telling me to come back that same day at 2 p.m. so that I could be sweared in as a US citizen. Guys, isn't that amazing? I was like, oh my god, because going in for the interview I was like, please God, I want to be sweared in this same day. Like I want to sweat in the same day, because when I came into the hall, I saw people who had taken the interviews a long time ago, and then they came in the same day I was taking, like the same day I was taking my oath ceremony. That was the same day they're coming in to take their own oath ceremony. So I was like, God, please, I don't want to encounter this. I will want to have my interview on the same day. There is power in your tongue. So I used my tongue and I spoke life into it. So yes, in my mind I was meditating and telling God that, please God, I want to be sworn in the same day. And yes, he told me to come in by 2, and I was going to be sworn in by 2. So I stayed in my car. I went to a McDonald's. I grabbed something to eat because I left the house very early that morning because I was really anxious. So I didn't have anything to eat. So I came back at 2. On coming in, they gave me a flag. Let me show you guys that flag. So yes guys, they gave me this flag. If you look in me, you'll see something like US Citizenship Services. I don't know if it's bright enough here. There you go. So they gave me this flag, and then they gave me my certificate. They asked me if my names are correct. I said yes. They gave me the things I'm supposed to do after becoming a citizen. So yes, and they took my green card, so stating that I'm no longer a permanent resident. So they took away my green card, and yep, they gave me my certificate. So we sat in the hall, we took pictures, because there's so many of us that day that were there to do like this, the oath of allegiance. So when we got there, one of the officers came, so he asked all of us to stand up. We stood up, we took our oath, and yeah guys, pretty much that was it. After that, pictures, and yeah, I came home. But the sad part about it is I was there alone. I had nobody to give me flowers. That was really sad. I had to hold back a lot of tears because, like, honestly, that it's a great milestone, and I wish I had like family to celebrate with. I wish I had people there that at least could just cheer me on, you know, because I was there in that hall. I saw families and friends coming in with flowers, giving hugs and things like that. But anyways, bottom line is I still got I became a citizen that same day. Hooray! And yeah guys, so yes, apparently this is my entire process. That was everything that happened up until me becoming a US citizen. So the process is, so I started in the month of October because I applied 90 days before I became a US citizen, because it gives you that option of applying 90 days prior to when you, it gives you that option of applying 90 days to you to your 5th year of being a US permanent resident. So yes, I applied within that 90-day frame, and it took me from October, November, December, January, February, March. So it took me 6 months to become a US citizen, and that was because I applied early. If I had applied in maybe December, around December 25th or so, immediately I made like my 5th year. I don't know, maybe it would have been shorter, maybe it would have been longer, so I don't know, but I am still very happy with the decision I made to have applied early, because, you know, that's just how God does this thing. So I applied early, and on that same day I was sworn in. So yes, cheers to the newest US citizen in the house. So this is just an encouragement for you all who are playing the TV lottery. I know that most of the times, like the first time when you feel you're like, you just give up, you play again, you just give up. Please do not give up. Like me becoming a US citizen, like, it's not even a dream that I never thought I was going to even live in the US, but God made it possible. So I just want you to trust in God. I want you to know that everything is going to be possible in His own time, and He makes everything beautiful too in His own time. So just trust in Him, and yeah, He's going to guide you guys. He's going to carry you guys through. And in case you have any questions in relation to to citizenship, just remember to ask down. And in case you have anything related to the TV lottery, ask down in the comment section, guys. Hooray, I'm officially a US citizen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed me rants. Thank you so much, and see you all in my next one. Bye.